tell them my father and me one day.
I'm Karl Culley and I'm from Yorkshire in England. I mean, I just started, my dad gave me a guitar for my birthday, 18th birthday, and I learned how to play it. Well, yeah, yeah, it took me a while to learn, but I learned how to play it and started writing songs. As soon as I knew 2 chords, I started writing songs. Bad songs, of course, but I guess my first musical influence was just travelling in the back, of my dad's car, not in the boot, but in the back, just listening to, I mean, Graceland by Paul Simon was one of my first influences. I thought it was great. I still think it's amazing. And my dad played a little bit. He was in a band called the Whirlwind Trio. He played at intermission at the cinema, but he stopped playing, I think because his sister stamped on his guitar and destroyed it. I think something like that. So Desert Island Disc, well, the first would be Graceland, I think, by Paul Simon. I love Pink Moon by Nick Drake, it's a masterpiece. And I really love an album by Robin Williamson, the guy who was in the Incredible String Band. It's called The Seed at Zero. He sets Dylan Thomas poems to music, and some of the poems are his own sort of. One of them is in fact sort of an ode to Dylan Thomas himself, and it works. It's amazing, and just guitar and voice and the mad wizard of Robin Williamson. That's a really good question. What inspires me to write a song? Usually not an event in my life. Or perhaps, because I need a while to process events and to see how I feel about them, so maybe it's just me, maybe it's a kind of therapy, working out how I feel about something, writing a song. It's just like, yeah, and I don't know, it's just, I feel that, it's a kind of vocation or a calling to, I just love music, and I just want to be involved in it, and it sort of affects me. It's of the art forms, I love art, but of the art forms it's the most immediate and the most moving for me, so I just want to be involved in it. Well, the title of the album, Stripling, came from, well, I just wanted something that somehow alluded to or whispered to a sort of stripping away of instruments. The album is just voice and guitar. And yeah, I just like the sound of the title. Stripling means, I think, an inexperienced, skinny young lad, and I think there's, in the sort of nakedness, I think inexperience is a kind of nakedness in a way, a kind of sort of you're exposed if you're inexperienced. So I just like the sound of it. The drawings on the cover, the album cover, were done ages ago. Just I went to art college, and I think just sort of some drawings I did then. I had sort of earmarked a life drawing I did in charcoal of a naked woman, but it just didn't seem to work aesthetically, so I went with what I have, and I have it here. I mean, I just happen to have a copy. There it is. So there's the front and tree on the back. And stripling kind of sounds like sapling to me, so I quite like that conjunction. And there it is inside. Yeah. So. All my drawings. I don't know if the concept is guitar and vocals, but some of my favourite albums, many of my favourite albums are just guitar and voice, and I thought, well, I'll have a go. And actually, the selection of the songs was a pretty. I hadn't sort of foreseen how difficult it would be selecting songs just to work just with guitar and vocals. With my other albums, the songs could always be coaxed into fruition with other instruments, and sort of framed. But with these songs, they had to work absolutely on their own. So I chose the songs. I mean, there isn't an overarching theme of the album. There's just the songs are sort of hermetic, and so it was a difficult selecting. Well, I had to be careful in selecting songs to work with just guitar and vocals. Sure. Well, all of the songs are about what I experience. I mean, but often I don't know what I feel about something until a while after. And somebody said to me that there are a lot of songs featuring water, but that was completely, unintentional. So some of the songs, Infinity Pool, I suppose it's a love song of altered mind states. Semi-Precious is about a dream I had in which my dad, who studied gemology for a little while, we were looking at some semi-precious gems, so it's about that. Come Over to Me, it's a love song in the sort of mode of Andrew Marvell's To His Coy Mistress, which is trying to charm a woman into bed by reminding her of mortality, her own mortality. So there's that. Memories Like a Hunting Hawk is about how we can interpret, or how we shape our own memories, how we can shape our own memories. Well, my music has changed. Yeah, it has changed. I think I have more patience now in letting a song sort of form, and also I'm less reliant on the sort of fireworks, because I don't know, some people are impressed with some finger-picking techniques I've developed, and sometimes I sort of lean on that a bit too much and sort of try and impress people with that. I'm just, sort of leaning more towards songwriting now, and trying to just write good songs and not impress with musicianship. Yeah, the reviews have been very kind. I don't know what to say really. It's just I like Beautiful. It's all very nice to hear, but yeah, I mean they don't matter too much. I mean it's nice that people like it and have been very kind to it, but it's just not. It's a kind of validation, but at the same time you shouldn't really get too hung up on reviews, I think.
One quote which I've underlined is the indie world has a new pin-up boy.
Yeah, yeah, it was a bizarre one. Yeah, the indie world has a new pin-up boy. I don't know where that comes from. I remember the interview. It was after an interview at BBC Manchester, and yeah, I don't know. That was just weird. That was weird.
Yeah, accurate.
I don't know, it's really difficult to talk about genres. Alternative folk rock. Well, I'm not rock, I'm not folk. I might be alternative, but alternative to what? I don't know. I don't know what I'm an alternative to. Well, I have a regular gig at Piękny Pies in Kazimierz. That's sort of every month or month and a half. Yeah, so people can see me there, or other venues in Krakow.
Next album?
Too early to think about the next one, I think. I don't know. I mean, there's a part of me with every album release. I think, oh, this is my last, Sure, my website, www.karlculley.co.uk, and I'm on Facebook, and I have a SoundCloud page, and all the rest of it. If people Google my name, Karl with a K, Culley with a C, down there probably. My album, I have a Big Cartel page, so they can buy physical copies of Big Cartel. There's a link through my website, and of course digitally it's all iTunes and Play and all of that stuff. Yeah. Yes, live at the Playhouse.
Join me in the infinity pool. Water's like a mirror and it's all so cool. Come on, lie with me in the sky so blue. Don't know where I end and you begin. We ate the ghost orchid and cried.